Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Chainlink and look at a theoretical path to a $100 link. So if you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys helping me get to 50,000 subscribers. So onward and upward from here. Make sure you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So 6 months ago, we made a video, and this was the chart from that video. If you want to check it out, it was published in May of 2020, and we were talking about what is a theoretical path to a $10 link. And we speculated that we need to, continue to push higher on these daily transactions. So this chart shows the price of link versus versus daily transactions color-coded by time. And it's important to note that price is on a logarithmic scale, and the number of daily transactions is on a logarithmic scale. So this goes 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, and a million. And we speculated back then that in order for us to get to a sustainable $10 link, we would need to see approximately 10,000 daily transactions. And we're going to update that in a minute. We're going to update it with all the last 6 months of data. If we draw the trend lines, these were the trend lines that we drew. I just took the chart. I just took the slide from that presentation 6 months ago. If we draw the trend lines, this is what we had. Okay, and we just anticipated that we need to be up in this region, practically speaking, to get to a $10 link. And one of the things we've noted is that in order to get to a $100 link, we would likely need to get to over 100,000 daily transactions. But let's take it one step at a time, right? At the time, we were only at a $4 or $5 link. We still had a ways to go just to simply get to a $10 link. And there were a lot of bears back then saying it wasn't going to happen. Where here we are, and a lot of people would consider a $10 link to be very bearish. So you can see how quickly times can change in the cryptoverse. Now, what has happened since then? Okay, so these were the lines we had drawn. This was the $10 link, $100 link. Let's see what's happened in the last 6 months. So this is what's happened. You can see that, in fact, we did get to a $10 link here. And also, we are, we've been well above or around 10,000 daily transactions recently. You can see the dark red. This means we're looking at 10,000 daily transactions. And in fact, to get any of the data points that are above $10 up here, so if it's above this yellow line, it means the price of link on that day was $10. Each data point represents a day. And all of them, well, I shouldn't say all of them, but almost all of them are above 10,000 daily transactions. You can see there's maybe 1 or 2 data points or so that are slightly below. But for the most part, every price of link, closing price, has also been accompanied by 10,000 daily transactions. So with that in mind, where could we theoretically speculate on a $100 link? Well, let's just continue to speculate. Let's say we're going to continue to go up this logarithmic line. We have a log scale. As we said back then, in order to realistically get to a $100 link, we would expect to see we would expect the daily transactions to be at over 100,000. Realistically speaking, probably over 200,000 up to several 100,000. We have a ways to go to get there, but once upon a time, 10,000 daily transactions seemed like a dream. Once upon a time, 100 transactions was the norm. So to go from 100, this was 100 down here. So to go from 100 to 1,000 was substantial, at least in a sustainable manner. To go from 1,000 to 10,000 was substantial. And then to go from 10,000 to 100,000 will be very substantial. One thing you can note, this is color-coded by time. We actually started off at higher daily transactions. We then came back down before going back up. And this was a result of the bear market. But remember, Link, for the most part, has been in its own bull market. So we're not saying that Link has to get to $100. There's a probability that it doesn't. There's a probability that it doesn't get to $20. This is not financial advice. We're just speculating on if Link were to go to $100, what would the number of daily transactions need to look like? And I'm speculating that in order to get there, we're looking at, a couple 100,000 daily transactions of Link at the very least. We'll see if we poke above it. If we come above it sooner, great, right? Who cares? But practically speaking, it's probably going to take hundreds of thousands of daily transactions in order for us to see a sustainable $100 link. Now, remember, a $100 link might sound crazy, but again, once upon a time, a $10 link sound crazy, and we're continuing to push up. Now, remember, a lot of this stuff hinges on Bitcoin staying bullish. If Bitcoin were to, say, kick the bucket one day and drop significantly, then assuredly, most likely, it would affect a lot of these other assets. So you have to keep that in the back of your mind. There's no free lunch. There's a risk involved. Tomorrow, Link could go to $10 or could go to $8. We don't know what it can do, but most likely, if it's dropping to that level, it's probably accompanied by a drop in the price of Bitcoin. So think about, if Bitcoin were to drop from where it currently is at 18K, if it were to drop, and it were to stay well above the 20-week moving average, there's a chance that Link could drop in the short term and then continue on back up. So I would encourage you not to necessarily get spooked. I think we're still early on in the market cycle. I think we have a long way to go. At some point, a $10 Link is going to be a dream, in my opinion, in the future. But for now, we're sitting at around $10. I think at the time of this video, we're sitting at around $13. The time of the video I made back in May, when we were all the way down here, we were sitting at around $5. So the next time we do this video, maybe we'll be a few of these minor ticks up on the line, but we'll see what happens every step of the way. This shows the Link Bitcoin valuation versus daily transactions. This is where we were back when I made the video in May. And you can see in this situation, the lines were not as good of a guide. We, in fact, came slightly above it, and maybe more than slightly. You can see that when Link had that speculative bubble that took it to $20 and then back down, it went to like 150,000 Satoshis, which is 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. We had this bubble that took us above it, and then we've come back down into kind of reality. But in order to get to a Link Bitcoin valuation of 0.01, I mean, first of all, we need to get back to 0.001, which we're not even at right now. But in order for us to get to 0.01, you can see that the number of daily transactions is going to have to really pick up, unless this is the beginning, unless we're looking at a parabolic trend, right? Instead of this maybe coming into this region over here, maybe it's going to trend something like this, right? Where it goes up parabolically. But we'll see what happens, right? I mean, a lot of this is just speculation. But it's fun, right? It can be interesting to look at these metrics and see how they change over the macro scale. So we do have a Black Friday deal going on. We'll leave it going for a couple weeks. If you want to get on the premium list, where we talk about the premium reports, we have the premium videos, the risk dashboard. We talk about Link a lot. We also have a Telegram alerts channel, Telegram chat room, and Trading View indicators. And if you've been waiting to get in on that, make sure you check it out at intothecryptoverse.com. But if you want the discount, the Black Friday discount, then make sure you check out the link in the description below. Okay, check out the link in the description below, and that will take you to the Black Friday discount, and that will lock you in at that price, not just for this month, but going forward. So check it out. It'll go on for a couple weeks. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you guys like the content. Give the video a thumbs up. Check out the Telegram channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.